Took some L's to the chin, but I ain't stopping till I win. Only fail if you don't try. Take that step, gotta begin. Always have your faith in God and knowing it's part of the plan.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Talking in the Attic. I'm Tevis.
It's William J.
And we didn't prepare anything for you all, so.
Well, honestly, it's,
I mean, some of the best stuff just flows.
Definitely.
No, but we have a topic, leap of faith.
And it's fitting.
Because we leaping out here with what we gonna talk about. We have he has words. It's a whole lot of words. But those are his words. I'm gonna figure something out. So.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry. Okay, so go ahead. What is this episode really like? What are we talking about with leap of faith?
So the thing is, when I started thinking about a leap of faith, I started. When I first started on this journey, I was talking about consistency, discipline, and just having a plan for people and trying to get people to move past a certain boundary, pushing themselves. So in doing so, you got to have a leap of faith. You have to have a level of commitment. You have to have some encouragement, not from anyone else, but within yourself, just to push yourself towards
some chutzpah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So when is the first time you took a leap of faith?
Man, listen.
For real. As an adult.
Oh, as an adult?
As an adult.
My true first leap of faith was actually moving out to Virginia.
Okay.
Because didn't have a job. I just graduated from college, but everything lined up in Chicago. But like we talked about, I was just comfortable as hell. Knew where everything was. Everybody knew my name. It was like cheers, Norm, and all that dumb shit. But I was like, I can't keep doing this because I was just too comfortable. And coming out the VA, it was like, man, it was a breath of fresh air, a different pace of life.
What did you... So, okay, you made the decision, I'm going to relocate.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you did, or what led up to, let me just take this chance? Were there signs? Was it just a feeling? Like, what was it that just made you know, all right, I need to do this. I need to jump out there.
Oh, dude, it was a feeling. Like I say, I don't like feeling comfortable.
Okay.
I don't like seeing the same patterns and routine. I'm like, okay, I'm just doing the same shit. Same people, weekend, weekday, whatever. I'm like, this ain't it. It could have changed in Chicago, but a drastic change like Virginia was necessary for me to grow to who I am now. Okay. Okay. So what about you? When was your leap of faith as an adult?
As an adult. I changed careers. So,
speak on that, man. Go into depth. No, go into depth with that, because I know a lot of people have heard you, say about how you changed careers and things, but.
So, I mean, anybody who knows me. So I was in a car accident. Right. A car hit me. I was walking across the street. And I was in therapy, physical therapy, for like a year and some change off and on. First off, let me back up. My first degree is in economics. I worked for the government. It would have been lovely, could be retiring right now, but I was just like bored as shit. I was absolutely bored, and I was just like, I'm not being challenged. I could sit here and collect a check, but that's not how at 20, I think I was 24, like it just wasn't enough for me, So I got into a car accident, and I was going through physical therapy, and I was like, wait, let me back up. So before all that, I had been praying like, I need something. I need to do something else. I don't know what it is. Show me what I'm supposed to do. So God got me hit by a car. And I was going through physical therapy. And as I was going through it, I was just like, I really like this. This is something I could see myself doing. So I talked to my physical therapist, like, as I was going through everything, like, okay, what type of schooling, did you have to do, what classes, yada, yada, yada. And one day I made up my mind, like, this is what I'm going to do.
Really?
And so I just asked my parents, hey, if I quit my job, can I come back home?
So wait, how far along were you in your government career? Like,
not that far. I was maybe a couple of years in. Okay. And I mean, I hated it.
Yeah, you saw it though. You saw the signs.
Yeah, I know it was just like, okay, this is stable.
Yeah.
But it wasn't anything that I loved or I enjoyed.
Right.
And so I asked my parents, could I come home, take the prereqs?
Right.
And I I started doing prereqs. That took like 3 years because I'm a business major, so I had to take all these science classes. And then went to PT school, graduated, and I'm a physical therapist. So
now
it took a long. It was a journey. It wasn't like something that happened overnight.
Right.
So like I started in probably 06 maybe with my classes.
Okay.
06, 05 with the prereqs, got into PT school, went to school, and then so.
Got you. So, but you identified what your goal was, and that's one of the main things with leap of faith. People think just leap of faith, like just jump out there, like, oh shit, I'm finna do. No. You gotta identify your goal first. Sit back.
Kind of figure out what you want.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sit back and brainstorm, and so then you start seeing, okay, what are some of these values that I need, you know, just stuff like that. So that's exactly what you did. And that's one of the things I was saying, like, before I made the jump to Chicago, I was like, all right, this is a goal. I see myself here in whatever 3 to 5 years.
Right.
In Chicago, now I was doing a comparison. How is it going to look in Chicago? How would it look out in Virginia? Virginia was the unknown. Chicago was pretty much. I
know this is what it's going to be.
Pretty much, I can predict how this is going to go. You know, try to keep it simple. But me being who I am, I'm a risk taker.
Right.
I don't want to do anything that's going to be just simple and easy. I want to see that something that's going to make me say, okay.
Like make you uncomfortable.
Make me uncomfortable. Make me buckle down and really, really exercise discipline.
Right.
You know.
Because so you're a planner. I'm a planner a little bit, but not a whole lot. So my thing was I'm not happy, and I need to change this because I don't want to stay in this place of being unhappy or feeling unfulfilled. So that was my motivation. I had no idea how this was going to work out. I did not have a 3 or 5 year plan. I was just like, I know that this place right here is not for me.
But that's step 2 of my plan. You assessed where you were.
Yeah.
You were saying, all right, cool. This ain't it.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, I could be the career tenured government employee, ride this out.
GS, whatever.
Pension, comfortable.
My parents, my daddy, he was not happy. He was like, "Are you sure that this is what?" Like I'm sure he's calling me dummy, not to my face. No. But I'm sure, him and my mom was probably like, "She's stupid. What is she doing?" But I mean, it was the best thing for me because, again, certain positions are okay for certain people. Yeah. You have to know what it is that you are willing to deal with.
Definitely.
For me, that wasn't it.
Definitely.
So.
And then you're more fulfilled. You actually feel this is your passion.
Yeah.
You found something that drives you. Like say with that, like honestly, me going in working, I'm a government employee right now. I go in, I know exactly what the programs, how the projects ran. I don't have to put much thought to it. The most thought I do is after work, like working into the pod, writing the book. You know, we're talking about bouncing ideas off each other. That's what's more fulfilling and energizing for me.
Yeah.
And I totally get it. You know, and it's like I'm to that point now where I'm like, all right, I can stay here. It's another situation. I'm at another fork in the road. Stay here, ride this out till
whatever age, years,
comfortable, do all this nonsense, or take that leap. You know, and who knows what. But this thing, I'm gonna plan for it. I'm just gonna
You're not just gonna like.
Oh, Monday.
Pack up and leave.
No, like Monday.
My notice.
You know how everybody online is talking about, oh, just quit your job and just be an
entrepreneur. I have whole ass bills.
No.
Ain't no just quitting my job.
Look,
so you have a whole ass family.
This many kids and this many wives.
I have me, and I have things that I like sneakers and purses. So
that's a whole thing we can talk about. The problem we got. With this.
Like you have to jump out there. But it's a thought out jump out there.
Oh yeah. And then you gotta create a timeline for it because if you got a goal, any goal without a deadline to me is nothing but a wish.
No, that's true.
It's like
I've heard that before. Like if you don't have a timeline, if you don't have a budget, like if you like here, I want to save up. I want to save money or whatever. If you don't have a goal, a budget, or a number, or a timeline, like you out here on the hope and the prayer, like
dude, no sense of direction. It's like, dude, what are you doing? It's like you need something that's going to help you track your progress.
Right.
You know,
so when is the last time you took a leap of faith?
The last time leap of faith.
think like super big?
Well, my leap of faith actually is my 2 books.
Okay.
I didn't know that I wanted to be. It's not. I didn't want to be an author. It was just like okay, for the backstory, I've always journaled. I always write. I write down a lot. And I had, back in the day, notebooks before iPads was out. And after we had, iPads were invented and came into play, I started, I started tabbing my notes up on Word docs.
Okay.
So then I had a hard drive full of docs. Transferred them over one day to Google Docs. And I happened to be on a vacation. And I was reading everything, and I was like, shit, this actually goes together. So I'm like, maybe this could be a book. Ended up putting a book together. That was a leap of faith, because I'm like,
you've never done it before.
Never done it before. I don't study literary authors. I don't do that. I don't follow a lot of that. So to me, I'm in a whole new lane where now, not only being vulnerable, but just out there to be critiqued by
whoever consumes your information.
Right. Yeah. You know, so that was a leap of faith. Just being like, no, I think this could actually help somebody, because I'm talking about getting outside, getting out your own way. You know, eliminating those boundaries and just start being more purposeful in life and doing things. And that was the first book. Okay. So that was
your last leap of faith.
Well, the second one was my other leap of faith.
but you just, was anything about it scary to you?
Yeah, it's, you know what, just being judged. It just has it gives you a little angst, you know, because everybody deals with a level of anxiety, and just to have your product or what out there
for people to consume,
or just, and everybody, people talk just trash
just
about anything. Just
haven't
for the hell
read
of it.
a word,
Right?
It's just like,
you know, you know that, and it's like that kind of gets to you a bit, but you learn to grow with it. You know. So.
Do you have a standard process of what you do before you take that leap of faith? Is there anything? Do you have a feeling? Is there a ritual? Is there anything that you have noticed in all of the times you've taken a leap of faith that's pushed you out there?
It comes where I've noticed that right when it's about to be a change or a leap of faith in my life, one, it's either chaos. Okay. Stuff is, nothing goes right. Like, not bad, but I'm just like, you sitting around like, why
is it this hard?
Yeah, what's going on here? You sitting there like, what the hell? You like, okay, change needs to occur. And the other times is when I'm bored. Okay. I get bored, I'm like, oh, I can't do this. I have to create something or do something or make something move, man. Okay. So, but in the same vein, what about you?
What? Is there a process?
Is there a process? Or is a feeling? Like you say, is there a feeling?
It's a feeling. I'm very, like...
You're so silly. What?
I'm a Cancer, and I'm emotional, but I just I have this really... I have intuition that I'm really in tuned into. Right. And so I know when it is time to do something. Like, yes, I might be bored or complacent. Yeah. But it's a feeling of, okay, you've done, you're settling at this point. Yeah. And you need to move on. And it's just like you're settling. This is not serving you anymore. Maybe it served you for a while, but you need to go ahead and you need to move on. You need to, and when I've made the decision, I have peace.
Definitely.
But like getting to that other place, like, yes, like it's not peace. Like you said, it's chaos. And it's like, oh my goodness, I got to do this. I got to do that. Like, I didn't think it was going to be this hard. But when I make the decision, it's just very peaceful. There's no question about it at all. It's like, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is where I'm supposed to be. Right. And it's just, for me, it's just a feeling. For other people, I don't know what it is that moves them, but yeah. Yeah,
that's, you know, and honestly, that's one of the best feelings. It's like, once you've taken that action, and then you establish that peace. And sometimes you look back at it like, why did I allow myself to go through so much chaos? When I saw the vision, I knew what I had to do. I could have saved myself weeks, days, months, or whatever. You know, I'm like, sometimes it's like that. You're like, man, but sometimes it's, you don't have that vision. You just like, what, like right now, like I'm saying, what is going on? What direction am I being pulled, pushed, or falling into? Yeah. You know?
Because, like, before I made the decision, well, just in the place where I was before I knew what I wanted to do. Right. It was just, I was just so unhappy. And when I made the decision, like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to school for physical therapy. There was peace.
Yeah.
Like, yes, it's new. I have no idea what I am getting myself into.
Yeah.
But it was an exciting level of oh shit.
Yeah.
And but there's a difference between oh shit and like an
Right.
exciting
Right.
shit.
So, but that you build confidence though. So now when you have a leap of faith or you think about it, it's not as unnerving as before because you've done this. You've been
and
here
you
before.
know what the feeling is now because when you start to pay attention to how you felt in certain places, you're just like, okay, this is how I felt in such and such. So this is what's moving me.
Right.
So
Right.
no, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, it becomes easier to learn from your mistakes because it's like you got the confidence. You're not scared of mistakes because before when you first setting out there, you're like, okay.
Sometimes it depends because like as a younger me, I didn't realize some of the consequences of things. You don't have that fear. It's just like when you're a little kid and you on the jungle gym, you just like on the monkey bars or whatever, and you don't know fear. At least I don't remember knowing any true fear as a kid. You be doing some dumb shit, and you think about what you did as a kid, and would you do that now as an adult? And you just like, oh my goodness, because you know so much, it stops you from doing something.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's almost as sometimes your experience can hinder your progress because, like I say, learning from your mistakes, and you just know, like, okay, not just embarrassment, but just true failure, and you're like, okay, I don't want to fall on my face again. And then at this point in life, you're like, at this point, I should not be having no catastrophic failures, but that's untrue.
Yeah.
That's very untrue. You're still going to have many
Right.
failures. And honestly, for my sake, I look for times to fail and F up. Because if I'm not effing up or failing, I'm not trying.
I ain't looking for them. Come here, failure.
No, I'm putting myself in those positions where I'm challenging the shit out of myself.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, okay, I know I can do this. I'm capable of this. What's it gonna take? Me putting myself in that position, and if I fail, all right, cool. Take note. How did I fail? All right, I'm failing and always failing up, not just failing and staying in the same place.
No, that makes sense. You didn't ask me when the last time I took a leap of faith.
I was about to, girl. I did ask you.
No, you said it was the first time.
Okay, well, tell me, when's the last time you took?
No, I don't want to tell them now. You didn't ask me. I'm gonna tell them. So,
Jesus Christ.
when I started the podcast, so this is the second podcast that I've been on. But when I started the first one, and I was just looking for something. I needed something to fulfill me that was outside of work.
Right.
And so I started a podcast with my good friend Charlena, and I'd never done it before.
Right.
I had no clue what I was doing. I asked you for information. I Googled stuff. And like it was just really, it was exciting. And like how you had your book, you also just like, yo, what are people going to think about this?
Yeah.
They're gonna have all the opinions.
Yeah.
They're gonna have all the comments.
Right.
But I think I thought about that a little bit, and then I was just like, I don't care,
Right.
because this is what I want to do.
Right.
Do other people? What motivates you to get to that place? Like, what is there any singular thing that happens that makes you just, okay, I need to do this? Or is it a bunch of things that happen for you?
It's
Like if you had to think overall when you've done things, like has it been one thing or has it just been like a series of things and you're just like, okay, I need to move this way, move that way?
It's been a bunch of things. It's always a series of things. But let's take my book writing for example. Like I say, I never knew I wanted to write or be an author. But once I started gathering everything and putting it into perspective, what it could be, I was like, okay, I need to utilize this time right now, because at that point, Davis was going to be born soon, because he was born May of 2020. The book was that previous November.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, I need to get this out the way because once he's born,
Yeah.
everything's gonna shut down for a while, and literally everything did shut down. Also,
then
COVID happened.
yeah.
You know, so I'm like, oh great, but I'm glad I got that out.
Right.
You know, so that was one thing. Like I said, but it's never like just I could pinpoint something like that was just one just extreme.
Yeah.
Know, that's a big significant thing in my life, but other times it's always just a series of stuff. Like I say, I get bored real easy, and I've always just like to create. You know, that's just me. What about you?
I think the boredom gets me, and then like I said, I get a feeling, and I'm just like, all right, I need to move on to something else. But something this guy said to me who I was dating, he was like, you only get one of these.
Yes, indeed.
And it was said to me recently, and I know I've heard that before, but it wasn't until in that moment I was like, yo, yes, like we only get one of these. Yes. So you need to do what you want to do. I don't want to say within reason, but you know, do what you want to do. It doesn't have to be within reason, but I mean, use some common sense.
Yes.
But you only get one of these. You only get one life to live. Yeah. So you need to live it to the fullest. I know I don't have too many regrets of things that I've decided, okay, I'm going to jump out here and do.
Right.
Or just in general. Yeah. You know, it's a learning experience. I don't ever want to be that person where I look back like, yo, I should have done that. Yeah. I should have moved here. I should have taken that job. Yeah. You know, I'm not that person at all. And it was just, I don't know why in that moment it was like, yo, yeah. And so ever since then, it wasn't that long ago, I was just like, when I'm in a place of making a decision, I was like, I have to really just sit and be like, yo, I only get one of these.
Indeed.
I only get one life to live. So I need to make it the best life. I need to make it the happiest life.
Yes.
And that's how I kind of move to make decisions. And I think that more people need to do that because maybe it'll kind of get you off your ass to do something. I mean, I know that there's fear. I'm scared to do things, but I can't sit here and wonder, what if I had gone here? Yo. What if I had done this? Right. You know, like, who wants to live a life like that?
No, that's an unfulfilled life, and then like you say, allowing the fear to paralyze you. That's going to be one of your biggest regrets.
Oh no, definitely.
In your last moments, you're gonna sit and all that shit is gonna replay over and over, and even like it doesn't even have to replay at your last moments. I replay some of the things like I passed up on, and I'm like, what if I'd have took that opportunity to do X or put more effort towards this? You know, and like you said, I can't sit and allow myself to do that. I'm not trying to burn myself completely out.
Right.
You know, it's going to be realistic about these things what I'm doing. But like I said, it's just a better way to look at life and just say, embrace everything that you come across. You know, it's just when it's within reason.
Yeah, because you don't know how much time you have left here.
No,
and
it's a guessing game, dog. It's a huge guessing game.
You don't know how much time you have left here, and you just never. For me, I never want to look back and regret. Right. Like when I was making a decision if I should get a divorce, I woke up and I was like, I am this age, this many years old. I am miserable. I do not want to live the rest of my life like this. Right. And I was just like, okay, I gotta go. Yeah. It wasn't, I mean, things had happened. No, but you know, it's just I just think there's a lot of people out here who are unhappy because they're because you're afraid to do something, or maybe you think you're gonna be judged because of it. Love. Who cares? Like, people are going to talk about you when you're doing good. They're going to talk about you when you're doing bad. Seriously. Just do it. Yes. Do it because they are going to talk about you regardless.
Anyway.
So just do, and like you said, if you fail, okay, you tried it. Yeah. Try it again. Try it this way and see what works, what happens.
Right. And that's the thing. Evaluate your missteps, your progress that was successes, and use that for whatever you're gonna do next. You can't just sit there and be like, what if, like you say, shoulda, woulda, what if this is. No, man, put yourself out there. Take the leap of faith.
Yeah. But there are certain things where you shouldn't be leaping or jumping.
Now check this out. Y'all cats who 40, you think y'all gonna go back in there and get back in the gym and hoop, you're gonna tear your Achilles. Sit down. Like, no.
Go rush your quads. Your quads go, don't do it. You cannot be a rapper. If you are over 40, I'm just saying. Don't. It's over. I mean, maybe. Okay, go for it. Whatever. Just live your life. But there are certain things that you just don't be leaping. But there are certain things that you should not be leaping out there for.
You should be more realistic with yourself.
Yes.
And just start thinking about how to apply your skill set.
Right. That's a nice way to say that.
I'm just
you don't have rap skill set, don't do it. If you don't have hoop skill set, don't do it. That ain't for you. That is not your ministry. It's not your ministry. I know what my ministry is. Yeah. You need to just evaluate the situation properly and make a decision. You know, we're not saying leap out there and like be with this person or quit your job.
Right. Abandon your current situation.
Abandon your family. Right. Like, we are not endorsing.
I think me and her can make it. After you done put in 20 years with this one, you're like, what? You know what I'm saying?
We are not. I'm not endorsing that. So, but you know, if there is something that you want to do, and it doesn't have to be anything you've been dreaming about. Because, like, I didn't dream about a podcast, but it was just something like, oh, let me take this chance. I didn't dream about becoming a physical therapist. It just happened. Right. You know, you didn't dream about being an author, but it just happened. But there are certain things that will shake you, and you just like, okay, this is, I need to jump out here. Yeah. Don't leave your family. Please don't leave your family.
Jeez. Nah, but so check this out. So, is there something you're thinking of? Is there a leap of faith that you're currently considering?
Yeah, but I ain't gonna tell you.
I'm not asking you to tell nobody. But I'm like, it's one right now, but you're currently planning it.
Yes.
And everything.
Yes.
That's good.
I'm very secretive.
I know.
Yeah.
Sneaky.
I told you before we started taping, like, I will be in a whole ass relationship and be engaged before anybody knows what is going on. I will show up to my parents' house 6 months pregnant, like, guess what? I'm pregnant. Like, yo, I just like holding my cards close to me.
I know. It's like pulling teeth to get her to talk sometimes. I'm like, T, what's wrong?
Okay, yes. I will. Yes.
It's be all over you, and I'm like, girl, what's wrong? What's wrong?
That's very true. I don't be like, I don't put my shit out there like that.
You don't have to put shit out there, but I'm like, I can read.
Yeah,
I feel
yes. The energy. My energy be off. So,
So, I think we covered a bit. That's about 30 minutes plus.
All right. So I think we covered leaping out there, leap of faith. Yeah. Don't leave your family is the main point. No, but just figuring out where you want to be.
Right.
I guess once realizing where you don't want to be, and then okay, how do I get to where I want to be? Right. So, so you asked me, was I working on anything? Yeah. Do I have a leap of faith that I'm working on right now? Do you have one that you're working on?
Yeah. Okay. Actually, I do. It's actually it aligns with this whole segment we had. I'm creating a guide, manuscript, however you want to call it, for the audience, listeners, and people who bought my book. It's
all the words.
So it's going to help you on your steps in the transformation journey. And like we're talking about, like I was saying, step 1 is this, step 2. So I'll just give you a list of it. So step 1, we're talking about identifying your goal. That's going to be the first portion of it. Step 2 is talking about assessing where you are and just determining like what are your priorities and objectives. Step 3 is creating that timeline, because you have to commit in order to do this. Step 4 is talking about taking responsibility, because this is your life. You're responsible for this. Nobody's coming to save you. There's not going to be some huge pile of whatever, some money or a trust out of the blue if you don't already have one.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the last thing is measure and evaluate your results. You know, so
he's a very organized person. I don't live my life like that. I wish I was like so organized. And one of my friends is like, "Yes, I'm gonna get you a notebook," and I'm like, "Yes, I'm gonna use it."
for a coaster.
No, I'm gonna use it because it's like supposed to be some high tech notebook. Like I can download stuff. So we'll see. It might be a little too much for me because I'm pen and paper. He makes fun of me because I like to write shit down because I actually read real books with paper.
I got real books for you to read too.
He talks shit about me because I like to read real books and because I don't put everything on an iPad. But it's okay. Like, we need people like me because when all this stuff, technology blows up, I'm going to have it.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Whatever. Like, it's okay. We going to see in 2070.
You going to be around?
I'm only going to be 90. I hope. You don't want to make it to 90?
No.
What age do you want to die?
No, I'm saying like, well, with advancements in science, I hope it's a lot better than the 90s.
No. Mm-mm. You want to? No, I don't want that life.
What?
Lord, end it when it's supposed to. Naturally, you want to live and be like.
Singularity is near.
Okay, that's fine. I don't want it.
Look, embedded chip, AI, artificial intelligence. We're gonna do that.
You and your family enjoy. Me and mine, we gonna die naturally when we supposed to go. All right, we're done. We are so done.
We done deviated off the past. It started off so promising, and then it just went left.
It just went. It's okay.
But
so I am Tevis.
it's William J.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Talking to the Addict.
As always, we love you. Thank you. All right.
Took some L's to the chin, but I ain't stopping till I win. Only fail if you don't try. Take that step, gotta begin. Always have your faith